Good evening, everyone. This is Pastor Todd here with your weekly video meditation. I'm here in the church, and one of my favorite times to be in my office. It's the evening. It's very quiet. The sanctuary is beautiful. I was praying in there with the floating cross, and I would have done this video meditation in there, but I wanted to bring your attention to this special little candle right here. It's a very interesting part of our Advent wreath. So it's very distinctive versus the other three around the Christ candle. It's pink, and that stands for Gaudete Sunday, or the Advent Sunday of joy. We rejoice in the coming of the Lord. And this is a year that's been hard to find some joy in, but we're going to look at that. We're going to look at hymn history. That's what we've been doing over Advent. Those of you that have been in here or watched the service know that I'm supplanting the hymn history on that screen with, during the sermon time. I know that it's been really tough to not hear me preach. But we're going to hear the hymn history behind O Come, Emmanuel. And there's a line in there that says, rejoice, rejoice. We've been ransomed. We're the people, the children of God, called Israel, and we've been delivered from sin and death by what Jesus did on the cross and continues to do in our hearts when we say yes to him. Definitely worthy of rejoicing. So let me just read this. We're not going to read the psalm in the worship, but I'd like to share with you another one of the scriptures that are chosen for this third Sunday in Advent. We'll be reading John 1, 6 through 28, and Isaiah 61, 1 through 11. I'm going to read to you, though, Psalm 126, very short. This is this is Psalm 126 in its entirety. When the Lord changed Zion's circumstances for the better, it was like we had been dreaming. Our mouths were suddenly filled with laughter. Our tongues were filled with joyful shouts. It was even said at that time among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. Yes, the Lord has done great things for us, and we are overjoyed. Lord, change our circumstances for the better, like dry streams in the desert's waste. Let those who plant with tears reap the harvest with joyful shouts. Let those who go out crying and carrying their seed come home with joyful shouts, carrying bales of grain. And listen to those powerful words that can definitely connect to our hearts this year. Let those who plant with tears reap the harvest with joyful shouts. That means, as much of Scripture does, it means a lot of things. I think for us, we can look at it in this way: that we're not doing this alone. We're not struggling in our spiritual lives alone. We're not struggling in our church life, our personal life alone. In the midst of our own tears, we can reap, we can cultivate and grow joy, not just for ourselves, but for others. Because our understanding of the universe is broad. Our understanding of the universe is giant. And our God, the God of all, is going to be with us every step of the way. How do we do that? And those of you that have been around the church for a while, listen to me preach. You probably know what I'm going to say. We cultivate, we bring joy into the world. We get it ourselves when we give it to others. How can we give joy to this world, in a small way or a big way, thereby creating joy in us? So please come or tune in this Sunday. It's going to be December 13th, when we light this candle of joy and we focus on this wonderful promise. So another announcement I have to make. Unfortunately, we usually have a bunch of announcements about the month of December and basket raffles and Christmas teas and a certain jolly fellow and his wife coming. But this year is going to be kind of lean. But we are going to do something special on Christmas Eve. We're going to have a fire pit, a Christmas tree, and we're going to remind ourselves the story of Christmas, the real story. Not the jolly old man coming down the chimney, but a small, vulnerable child, God's self coming into the world. So here's when we're going to do it. 5 to 5:20. We're going to be in the parking lot. It's kind of a family service. We'll have some snacks, and then we'll talk about the coming of the Christ child. And then at 11 to 11:20, we'll have a candlelight communion. Again, you probably noticed that it's very short, 20 minutes. It's going to be cold out there. But we want to mark this. Followers of Christ, this is part of, I think, the Catholics. Jeff, if you're watching, you'll know this word. An obligation. It is something very important for all Christians. That is both celebrating that birthday, but also realizing and trying to accomplish the feeling of it in our very hearts, and hopefully we can take that into the new year. I'm almost scared to say 2021 would be better than 2020. I need to find wood. Here's some wood right here. So come on Sunday, tune in for our joy candle, and then I hope to see you December 24th at 5 or 11. So God bless, and hope to see you soon.